What is up, ladies and gentle nerds? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today it is this very special episode. We are going to be looking at a deck that I have crafted recently that I absolutely adore. I call this the Sea in Storm, and it is an attempt at making Ominous Seas something that's playable in something other than cycling drafts. Nothing wrong with cycling drafts, of course, but I looked at it and I thought there's got to be a way to play that in standard. And to that effect, what I ultimately did was I created a deck built around Song of Creation because I thought, hey, with Ominous Seas, you need to be drawn an obscene number of cards. This card on its own doesn't really do much because you have to draw 8 cards before you get an 8/8 Kraken out of it. And so by itself, coming down on turn 2, if you just are drawing cards for turn, it's going to be turn 10 before you get a single token. And by then, you better have better options than 1/8/8. However, Song of Creation. Song of Storm was the other name I was considering for this deck. Song of Creation draws an obscene number of cards, but the problem is you have to discard them at the end of your turn. So I thought, hey, those two match made in heaven. The only problem is you end up decking yourself 90% of the time before you're actually able to swing with the army of huge monstrous Krakens that you produce by the just absolutely ridiculous number of cards you draw. So there is Thassa's Oracle in the deck as a backup plan, and let's be honest, that actually does end up being the primary win con most of the time. But at the end of the day, we want to make the army of Krakens. We want to. And then other than that, we have cards that so the downside of Song of Creation is that at the end of your turn, you have to discard your whole hand. However, every single time you play a spell, you draw 2 cards. So this promotes single turns where you do a crazy amount of stuff. And so as a result, I have cards in here like Uro and Growth Spiral that allow additional land drops. That way, as we're filling up our hand, we get to just ramp to oblivion. And they had the benefit of drawing his cards as well. The other great thing that Uro, as well as Radical Idea, Brazen Borrower, and Merfolk Secret Keeper, they all provide a critical element to this deck, and that is the ability to be cast from outside of your hand. Because with Uro, once your graveyard is full, you can just escape it. So it does cost 4 to do that, but if all else fails, that's an option. With Radical Idea, so if late in the game, you've discarded your entire hand, you draw your 1 card for turn. If it's a land, you're just sunk with Song of Creation because you can't cast it. You can play it, and then you're just stuck having no land and nothing to do. But if you have a Radical Idea in your graveyard, you can just discard that land to jumpstart Radical Idea. Radical Idea will draw you a card. Neat, I guess, but the real advantage is that counts as casting a spell, and you'll draw the 2 cards from Song of Creation. And so that'll draw you 3 cards. That'll kickstart your engine. And yeah, and so ultimately the goal is to have a couple Ominous Seas down, and then every single time Song of Creation triggers, you're just putting 4 shadow counters all over those things. And then you're using cards like Growth Spiral, Radical Idea. And the other thing, Brazen Borrower is a great tempo play. It can slow down your opponent. And once the fairy itself is in the adventure zone, like once it's exiled and ready to be cast back, wait on it. Because that's another option that you have. Like, don't just put it out there unless you need to block in order to survive. Obviously, survive. But if you have a choice, it's good to keep that in the exile zone. That way you can always cast it to jumpstart your Song of Creation engine if it ever runs out of gas. All right, so that's the idea. As far as the mana base goes, we've got a couple of shock lands, Ketria Triumph. The biggest thing is making sure we have plenty of blue, because as you can see, we got lots and lots of blue. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get to some games, shall we? Yeah, I think that shall, as I like to say. Yeah, so we're just playing in the play queue for right now. I have taken this thing into ranked so far. It's not that great. It's more, let's be honest, this is more for fun than anything else. So we have an Ominous Sea, a Song of Creation, 3 colors of mana, and a Merfolk Secret Keeper all in our opening hand. This is gas. I love it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Triumph first, just because we desperately need it in play, and there's never going to be a better time to throw it, so might as well. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Forest here, that way we don't have to shock anything in. And I'm going to be really grateful that my microphone is is very directional, because you probably can't hear the stuff going on in the world around me at the moment. Cool. Excellent. All right, so this turn we aren't able to play the Song of Creation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and throw the Breeding Pool tapped, hit Adventure Deeper. We're going to mill ourselves for 4, which just gets us a little bit closer to the Thassa's Oracle, and it's putting Radical Idea in our graveyard now. We just happen to hit it off the mill, so that's great. Like that's money. We're in business, ladies and gentlemen. We are in business. So this next turn, all right. So I'm tempted to throw Uro here just to gain a little bit of life and possibly stall things out. Plus, we'll actually get some mana, which could be good. Um, you know what? No. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna shock this in. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, as they like to say. I don't know who actually says that other than Pleasant Kenobi, but hey, you know what? If he's doing it, I'm good with it. Because yeah, that man's a treasure. Not what we're here to discuss today. We're looking at the Song of Creation Sea and Storms deck. Also, the name for this deck, if you're not familiar, I took inspiration from a fantasy series by a gentleman named Patrick Rothfuss. It's called the King Killer Chronicles. Highly advised if you haven't read it. And in his world, there's an axiom that there are 3 things all wise men fear, and one of them is the sea and storm. And the reason for storm specifically, what I'm calling out there is storm is it's an archetype in Magic that is all about casting a whole lot of spells in a turn and just playing an obscene number of spells very, very quickly. And so our only hope here is to completely and totally storm off. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play for one. I'm gonna play my Merfolk Secret Keeper, trigger the Song of Creation, and now our engine's online just like that. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and throw the forest. Unfortunately here, we do only have 1 more blue mana, which has me a little bit nervous. So I played the Ominous Seas there because, well, I wanted another one online as we're trying to um, gain stuff, gain cards, and ultimately discard stuff. I'm going to go ahead and discard the other Song of Creation. As nice as it would be to have 2 online, there's no way we're going to cast it. So that's not doing us any good. All right, cool, cool, cool. And unfortunately, we're at 2 life, so I can't shock anything in. Mild bummer there, because I would love to be able to get one of these lands. Um, Unfortunately, it is not to be. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, our opponent's got us here, but we did get to we got to pop off a little bit and get a nice big fat Kraken token. So that's nice. It's always nice to get a big fat Kraken token. So he's gonna be able to swing out with absolutely everything. Special thanks to Gideon. Yeah, but hey, it was a fun game. At least we got to get the combo off. Oh, really? You're gonna banish my token? Really? You gotta be like that? It's all good. I would do the exact same thing. Because you never know. You never know what kind of crazy chicanery. Chicanery. I think it's chicanery. I think there's a hard ch in there. I could be wrong. Anyway. All right. So that was game 1. It's not meant to be. Mono white aggro. It's just solid. In this situation, it would have been really nice if we had gotten a Brazen Borrower at some point, because then we could have bounced the Ajani's Pridemate and pumped the brakes on that a little bit. The advance would have been slowed down, and it may have been enough. Because if we had 1 more turn, we may have popped off and gotten there. Yeah, 1 more round of untaps would have gone a long way. The other thing about Song of Creation that's exceptionally cool is, I love this. The other thing is 1 more time, a little bit louder now. The other thing that's really cool about Song of Creation is that it gives you an additional land drop. So that's something that's easy to forget about until you have a fistful of cards, and then all of a sudden you can actually play some of them. It's really nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just throw the Sailor right out of the gate. I'm not giving my opponent a chance to even put any lands down, because I want that little guy to stick. Now, Spectral Sailor's in here for a couple of reasons. He is partially. Let's go ahead and shock that in. Get the C's down. All right, so we don't have green yet, which is mildly annoying, but that's okay. So Spectral Sailor is a couple of things. He's a 1-drop. Therefore, if you end up top decking late in the game with a Song of Creation online, he's a perfectly fine play to just get things started. The other thing is, it's not uncommon later in the game to have a lot of mana, and if you do run out of gas, being able to just pay 4 and draw a card as a backup plan. Not a bad idea. He's also a great chump blocker. Hey, we got the green mana we needed. That makes me happy. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw that in tapped here. I'm going to play the Venture Deeper. We're going to go ahead and mill out a bit. Cool. I'm good with all of this. And the reason that I'm really cool with that, I'm not going to play my Merfolk Secret Keeper here, is just so that we have it on tap ready to go for the Song of Creation. Sick. All right. This is feeling good. So we're going to be able to play the Forest, play the Song of Creation, throw the Steam Vents in tapped, and then at the start of our next turn, we're going to untap with 5 lands, draw 1 card with a Radical Idea in the bin and a Merfolk Secret Keeper on tap ready to go. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, we've got what we need. Um, you know, we are going up against Elementals. Elementals are pretty good. So we'll see how this plays out. But all in all, I'm not mad at this. Brazen Barber is cool, except the Risen Reef is an ETB, and I'd rather not give him a chance to do that. So losing the Brazen Barber here is gonna, it's gonna stink, but I think it's worth it. And I had an opportunity to shock that in, play the Merfolk Secret Keeper just to draw some more cards, which would have sped up the Ominous Seas a little bit. I was nervous about running out of gas after that one hit of cards. And if we drew a couple of really awesome cards that we really would rather play, it'd be a bummer to discard them. And then we would also lose out on having the Merfolk Secret Keeper ready to go, but we also have the Radical Idea ready to go. So, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize I probably should have just shocked that in and gone for it. Mesmerizing Benthid. Man, that card is surprisingly good. I forget how good that card is until I see it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that card is surprisingly good pretty consistently. All right, let's go ahead and throw the Merfolk Secret Keeper here because I'd like to play that island if we could. Nice. This actually works out really, really nicely. Cool. So we get just 2 straight up islands that we get to play. We get another Merfolk Secret Keeper, which is going to give us just triggers upon triggers with a little side of triggers. Um, I love most of what I'm seeing here. This is all good stuff. Cool. So we've got 35 lands down. Unfortunately, we can't bounce the Benthid. Mildly annoying. We do have an 8/8 on tap though now, so that's pretty slick. Yeah, that's super slick actually. Well, and let's see. We can go ahead and petty theft one of those tokens, just get rid of it. And that also loads the Brazen Borrower in the Adventure Zone over here, ready to go. And let's go ahead and throw down another Ominous Seas just for good measure. That way we can potentially add insult to injury later, which is pretty tasty in my opinion. All right, and he doesn't have any reach, so I could poke him here, but I'm not going to bother because I'm probably not going to win by taking out his health total, and you never know, that blocker might be valuable because he also doesn't have trample. Yeah, so it's an illusion that locks things down. Yeah, okay. Target's creature blocks a creature. Okay, so it doesn't work if it becomes blocked. I mean, it has 0 power, so I wouldn't be blocking it anyway. But basically, what I was doing there is I was checking out if I should be building some kind of jank around mesmerizing Benthid, because that might be fun. You know, could be a good time. All right, so we're 0-1 so far, but I gotta say, so far this match actually is shaping out okay. Which is funny because we're going up against Simic, and Simic is just generally very good. So yeah, that's nice. All right. Ooh, my opponent is thinking. I love the delay on a scry. That always feels good when they're just kind of stopping for a minute and just like, oh, what's going on over here? That's generally pretty promising. Although, well, actually, that is very promising because what that is telling me is that they're looking at something that is okay in this situation, but it's not what they want, and they ended up bottoming both of them. Ooh, going for the Oracle, eh? Couldn't help but notice you have 46 cards in your library, so that's purely card selection, which, I mean, looking at the top 7 and picking your next draw, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, actually. Guess who's not mad at that? This guy. Yeah, that's just good. That's real good. Swinging with anybody? Method Smash? No? Cool. Ba-boom. Cracking time. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. So I'm going to go ahead and pay the 2 life for that. I'm then going to escape Uro, just because our graveyard is freaking loaded. And I don't have anything that reanimates, so I don't really need anything in the graveyard. So yeah, those guys can all go. As long as I don't touch my Radical Ideas or my other Uro, we're good. So yeah, we're going to draw some stuff, do some stuff, followed by some stuff. Did I mention some stuff? Oh, because we got stuff. You better believe we got stuff. All right, let's go ahead and throw another Ominous Seas just for good measure. All right, and this is getting out of hand, and I love it. This is getting out of hand, and I love it. All right, do we throw a Triumph here? Well, let's go ahead and chuck that song creation for a Radical Idea first. Ooh, oh, the triggers. Oh, the triggers. I love the triggers. Mm, 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 mm. Triggers make me feel good. All right. Actually, let's go ahead and. I apologize. I haven't had the audio on this whole time. My bad. All right. Let's go ahead and chuck another. This time I'm gonna chuck a Triumph. Cause let's be honest, I'd rather do that than cycle it anyway. There it is. I love that sound. Sound of all the triggers. Makes me happy. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my Kraken at him because he doesn't have the power on board to actually kill the thing. So that's gonna kill the that's gonna wreck that illusion, which is nice. So it's gonna tap down my Kraken, which is a mild bummer, but I do have 3 more of them coming for next turn, so that's nice. All right, and for those of you playing at home, we have 19 cards in our library, which means next turn, stuff's about to get real. One might say my opponent's about to get wrecked. Ooh, no bueno. All right, what you going for? What you going for, opponent? Yeah, so the Agent Treachery here could potentially hurt. I think the Song of Creation is my biggest enabler. I want him to be greedy and go for that Ominous Seas that's fully loaded, because then I can empty it in response. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Boop, boop, boop. Cool story, bro. Good work. All right. Excellent. So had he grabbed the Song of Creation, that would have actually slowed me down really dramatically. As it stands, I'm not that worried about it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and. Oh man, that's not what I meant to do at all. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine because we have the Brazen Borrower on tap. So I had meant to discard that to cast Radical Idea. I had just timed it, or I had just done it incorrectly. And see, here's the 1-drop Spectral Sailor. There's our Thassa's Oracle. Excellent, excellent. Got him. All right, so we are 1-1 with this thing. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Do you guys see that? That got silly. That got real silly. And that was against Simic, no less, which is delightful because Simic is very powerful right now. All right, so we're 1-1 so far. Feeling good. Feeling good. Yes, there are 3 things all wise men fear: a sea and storm, a night with no moon, and the wrath of a gentle man. I'm still trying to figure out decks for the other 2. I'm trying to figure out decks for a night with no moon and the wrath of a gentle man, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. All right, cool. So we are waiting to queue up because the matchmaking system is really kind of confused. Doesn't know what to like. What do I pit against this? Yeah, sick. And we got, man. Apparently in the best one, the hand smoother must be doing something right because we got Ominous Seas. Now we got Oro for 3. We got Sun Creation for turn 4. I mean, I've got everything I want here. Like the only thing I don't have right now is a red mana. That's okay actually. We can. I mean, we'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, not too worried about it. We will definitely get there. Oh no. That is about the single worst thing our opponent could play right here. Yeah, Narset Parter Veils is a real problem. Like, a real, like, colossal problem. Like, we kind of don't have an answer for that sort of problem. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and poke my opponent in the face here. And then next turn, what's going to happen is he's going to play the Teferi that he just pulled off the top. In response, I'm going to flash in the Brazen Borrower. And then then he's going to have a choice of, so he can bounce the Brazen Borrower. Actually, at this point, yeah, the reason that I did that was that puts pressure on Teferi and Narset in a way that few cards do. And so now what he's done is he's allowed my Spectral Sailor to kill Teferi, which I'm not mad at that. Now looks like a great time to cast the Triome, or to play the Triome, rather. I'm going to go ahead and knock out that homie. And I could play Uro here, but I wouldn't draw the extra card, so I'd be missing out on a fair amount of value. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and play the Brazen Borrower, and we are going to see what happens. So if my opponent's got an Elspeth Conquers Death, I'm going to be sad. Yeah, I should have waited on that. Ooh, yep, that makes me sad too. Good game, dude. Your homeboy's getting muted. Sorry, that is like, that's ridiculous. Sorry, that was just like downright silly. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and mill. Come on, baby, let's mill again. All right, and I'm gonna keep the Brazen Borrower back this time. I'm gonna go ahead and learn my lesson. Yeah, don't say good game when the game has not been decided. That was silly. Like the idea that Shadow the Sky was some kind of like huge power play. I find that funny actually. Yeah, now we're at a Zen step, so there's nothing he can do. Nah, who am I kidding? Let's go ahead and. All right, that's fine. I'm over it. Believe it or not. So Uro's coming out. I'm not gonna be able to draw the card, which is admittedly a bummer. But I still do get a 6/6 body on board that can threaten his planeswalkers. So it's not ideal. He's got a counter though. All right, yeah. Yeah, that Narset just completely shuts this down. Yeah, so anybody who complains about these passives, like these shutdown passives on planeswalkers, in my opinion, they're right. Good game. What's with all the good games? You know why you're saying good game? Because you want me to quit because you don't actually have a plan on winning the game. You just have ways of preventing me from winning the game. That's your entire game plan. And you know what, bro? I am not a fan of that particular game plan. So I'm going to play this out, man. Sorry. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to play this out. Yeah. And dude, you're also not on the ladder. So like what's with the competitive good games? Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. All right. Well, let's see. So I need to. Yeah. So I mean, the whole point of this deck is to be drawing cards. So this person is definitely being the fun police. There's no question about it. I could throw the Merfolk Secret Keeper and threaten to mutate. That could be fun. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? At this point, I got to do something. So if he can spend resources dealing with the Merfolk Secret Keeper, that's good for me. Another Narset, because why not? I would love to understand, like, these Planeswalker parties. What's fun about that? I'd love to know your thoughts. Honestly, in the comments below, please let me know. Because I understand the idea of getting incremental value. Like, I understand that, and it clearly works. Um, I just find them, like, these particular planeswalkers where, like, all they do is lock down the opponent. Um, I don't know. This seems, I don't know, unfun for me anyway. Like, I want to see cards do stuff. Like, I want to see decks fire. I want to see big fireworks and just nah, you don't get to play the game anymore. Like, I don't get it. Like, I honestly don't understand the appeal. So if you get it, please let me know. Yeah, if you play with this stuff, I would genuinely love to understand why. And that's not shade. I'm not like, I don't want to be mad, at anybody. Is it just a matter of winning as much as you can? Because, like, I don't know, like, I get that to some degree. I'm not mad. All right, second Spectral Sailor. That at least gives us some more power that we can use to threaten our opponents. So that's something. And actually, right now, that ECD is not as threatening as it usually is because we don't have any permanents any permanents that cost more than 3. And as long as Parter Veils is on board. It's funny actually now that Ikoria is out, I need to specify which Narset I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the pain in the butt one. Man, just every answer they just have it. It's aggravating. Here I was talking about the shuffler apparently working well. It's just working against me. Yeah, Narset of the Ancient Ways is very good. Yeah, so I mean, it's with Parter Veils down. I mean, this is you can't win. Yeah, like that's just target ham hocks can't play the game, but that's okay. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that why she got restricted in was it Legacy? Was it Legacy or Vintage? I get those two mixed up all the time because I don't play either. Um, so I feel like that's a good reason to get those mixed up. Let's go ahead and draw that card because it's the only card we've drawn this turn. So that gives us another little something something, which is nice. And of course, bouncing that does impact my the tempo I was hoping to establish, but that's okay. Freaking Shark Typhoon. Yeah, because that's what this deck needed. All right. And the reason I'm not slamming either of my songs right now is because if I discard this entire hand, I'm going to have absolutely no resources at any point in this game. And that would be a bit of a problem. Because right now I need some kind of way to put pressure on his planeswalkers. And without like my Spectral Sailors, I just don't have that. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a whole lot. Oi. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna get rough. Because he can cast whatever he wants. And he's got another Narset in there, because he's only cast 2 of them this game. And I know he theoretically, well, okay, so he does have another Narset. It wasn't what I had anticipated, but yeah, if my opponent can't finish it off with what they've done so far, I'm gonna be pretty impressed. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not gonna miss when Time Reveler and Parter Veils cycle out. That rotation is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day. All right. I know, hot take, right? Hot take, 3 fairies annoying. Yeah. All right, so I'm almost tempted actually to throw the Song of Creation so that I can discard my hand so I can escape Uro next turn. That is genuinely tempting. I think I do that actually. I think that's the play. Like this is kind of weird and kind of dumb, but I'm gonna go for it. Because the truth is these cards in my hand weren't really gonna do much for me anyway. I was gonna be able to draw 1 additional card next turn. Okay, pull the counterspell. Pretty happy with that. Of course, they deal a bunch of damage and gain some life and get a shark, so that's annoying. But hey, put the one in my bin like I wanted. Dude, stop with the good games. I know you want me to quit so that you can go on to the next game, but I'm not going to, man. If you're gonna play a lockdown control deck, you got to be ready for the hour-long game that you are signing up for. That's how this goes. Yes, you have advantage. No, I'm not quitting. Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Get rid of the song. You have Narset down. It's not doing me any good anyway. Like value achieved. Yeah. I got everything I wanted out of that. Yep. And see now all of a sudden. So just because my opponent has grinded me out, I now have. So he has the mana for Shadow this guy, and he upticked Tef, so um, he could Shatter Tef here, which would be reasonable. I'm aiming both of them at Parter Veils because she needs to die. She needs to die. She needs to die right now, and so he's gonna sacrifice all of his sharks if he wants to try to do any kind of gang block shenanigans. He could also just straight up chump him, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal for him. Yeah. All right. Let's get rid of the 5, but yeah. All right. Bringing up Uro here. So bringing up Uro really just because we need some more bodies on board that he has to deal with. He's going to have all the answers. Dude, okay, now you're getting muted again. Those good game emos are I'm getting real sick of, as you can tell. Yeah, and the 3 fairy ECD combo. Sheesh, man, if I never face that again, it'll be way too soon. Yeah, it's bothersome. Trying to play a game when somebody's got that online. Yeah, and so he probably has another 3 fairy in his hand at this point. Yeah, so my opponent wants me to scoop here, but he still hasn't shown lethal. He has all the advantage. He can stop everything I want to do, but he still hasn't produced lethal. Because when your entire game plan is stop your opponent from executing their game plan, well, how do you win a game with that? I mean, Shark Typhoon eventually, but man, it takes a long time. It takes a very, very long time. All right, well, I might as well throw Song of Creation into their counterspell. I'm just guessing. Hey, who knew? Yeah, and this is just giving him more sharks, really. It's just allowing him to cast stuff out of his hand. I'll pay for it. Why not? Then he's going to hit another counterspell so we can get another shark. No. Oh, all right. Neato. Oh, but that does give him enough sharks to get in the way of this. But that's okay. He's got to give up both sharks if he wants to do it. Yeah. Okay. So he's not worried about killing Uro. But all right. Yeah, that actually probably is the right play. And he can keep one back to chump so he can just maintain his position. And I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure, and a little bit of pressure, and then a little bit of pressure, and we're going to be here all night, guys. So strap in. You know what? If my opponent is going to try to frustrate me into quitting, I'm going to frustrate him by staying. I feel like that's fair. And if you don't want to stick around for this, well, I understand. Actually, I might edit this in post and like speed this up. So we can do like some like yakety sax like Benny Hill like and just see sharks like popping up all over the place. That could be fun. There might be something to it. All right, but yeah, so this is game 3 for those of you playing at home. So we have we're 1-1 so far. with the Sea and Storm. Okay, now our opponent has lethal on us. Man, it took him long enough. The entire deck is built around drawing cards. You prevented me from drawing a single extra card this entire game, and we're on what, turn 29 or whatever it is. You know what? I'm actually kind of proud of that. Got to admit, I'm not mad. And you know what? I'm gonna take one more shot at Narset. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make you chump. I'm gonna make you do it. Or just let Narset go and give me one frickin' turn to do something. All right, no? Okay. Of course not. Your whole game plan is not let anybody play the game, so why would you start now? Nah, it's all good. Sorry, I'm throwing a little bit of shade. I'm throwing some shade because there's a lot of control out there right now. Um, and admittedly, it can be a little tilting sometimes because I don't play control. Like I almost never play control. I used to, but I don't anymore. Um, and I've been trying to play proactive strategies more and more. And well, all the amount of control support that is out there right now and the level of power that is given to this particular archetype, it really shuts down a lot of the stuff that I like to do. And so it's not that it's bad, it's just it is a bad matchup for most of my decks. And that's frustrating. And yeah, I don't know. I find it I find it annoying. Does that mean it's bad? Does that mean people are bad for playing it? No, of course not. People are focusing on winning games. And this package can win games. And you didn't even attack. That's a real jerk move. What do you want me to do, Chief? Why didn't he attack? He finally has lethal. Oh, is this a battle of wills now? Is that what we're seeing? Well, he's got 23 lands. He's going to mull before I do. Or actually, you know what? So the Poggle, this gentleman's name. I suspect I might actually be going up against somebody who's in the MTG Creator program because there's a challenge right now to create a certain number of sharks, all with different power and toughness. And so he might actually be trying to do that. Um, and if that's the case, hey, then I'm more than happy to support a fellow creator if this is all on stream somewhere. Actually, if you guys are aware, the Poggle, if you know the username, if you know who that is, please, well, feel free to point them in the direction of this video so they can see me throwing shade at their deck. And Poggle, if you're watching this, man, I'm not mad at you. I don't love the archetype, but you're not a bad person for playing it. Yeah, and if you are in fact going for that creator challenge, I can't think of a better setup to try to do it. Thassa's Oracle, if I had the devotion, that would be so cool. Like I know I way don't, but yeah. Well, and at least now they see what this deck is trying to do, um, and that's why, and they can see why I spent everything I had to try to kill Narset. Hmm. Well, Deafening Clarion is going to kill some of their sharks too. And he's making a point of targeting his own sharks with the damage. Yeah, he's clearly going for, yeah, it looks to me like he's trying to get a certain configuration of sharks online. I think that's exactly what's going on here. And that's fine. I mean, I understand this isn't the most thrilling gameplay, but that's cool. I don't blame him. Looks like he may not have set up. I mean, I don't know why he's not scrying if he needs specific configurations, or maybe he's just being a jerk at this point. Which I mean, is possible. Certainly wouldn't be the first one that I've seen on this game. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try to bounce Narset. Let's see if he lets me. Both of those triggers will fizzle, unfortunately. It resolved. Crap, now I need to follow that up. How do I follow that up? I don't even know. Wait, I can draw cards now? I forgot I could draw cards. Yay, cards! I love drawing cards. Drawing cards is my favorite. If we steal this win, you guys have no idea how happy I'm gonna be. Like there will be no words for the joy that you will see on this dumpy dude's face. All right, so we need a Thassa's Oracle. Got it. And you do know because he was spamming good game at me so hard earlier, you better believe I'm hitting him with one of those. If we squeak this out. All right. So that'll mill 4, draw 4. That'll put down to 10. All right. All right. Dope. All right, so we now have 10 in our library. When we cast Thassa's Oracle, we're going to draw 4. Our devotion is going to be at 8, so this is the win if it resolves. And if they have the counter, which they probably do, then we just lose. Let's see, does this work? The cards are down to 6. Triggers, triggers, and some more triggers with the side of triggers. Oh, tell me it sticks. Tell me it sticks. Come on, let it stick. Dang. Man, that was so, yeah, we almost had it. And the only reason that we don't here is we have 1 blue mana, we don't have 2. Um, he's making a point of targeting all the stuff instead of my face. Actually, you know what? We do have another one. So let's see, does he have 2 counters? Let's make him have it, shall we? He probably does, because he has plenty of cards in his grip. But hey, let's go for it, right? Take a different action, the game will end in a draw. I love seeing this. That just means my storm is working. And to be honest, if this game ends in a draw here, it's going to be oh, he's got to dig. He's digging for the counterspell. Oh, and now he just needs to deal damage to the face so that he doesn't lose this game. No, he's still not going to? All right. I gotta say, I do like it when random opponents like this are willing to let some funny stuff happen, like let some stuff resolve, which I get a lot with this deck, and I'm glad to see that. I like it when people are good sports, and which is funny because that actually hasn't been the general feeling of this game so far, but in this particular go. So I have 2 cards left in my library. Thassa's Oracle is going to have a devotion of 6 when she comes on board. If my opponent has the counterspell, I'm going to end up just dying. They're going to shatter the sky. Oh, which allows them to poke me for. All right. Well, you know what? That got interesting near the end there. I'm going to go ahead and, before the shatter of the sky goes off, I want to draw more cards. I actually want to die. Well, nah, I want an army of Krakens on board first. Because let's just enjoy the ridiculum that we have been able to craft in this particular game. I gotta say, so all the good games early, kind of a jerk move, but I do appreciate how this board state got to just get silly. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a good game there. I'll throw the good game now. All right, cool. All right, so far, or what is that, 1 and 2 on the day? That's all right. Let's keep going. All right, Zhuangzi, let's do this. Or Wangji maybe. This is not an amazing opening hand. I do appreciate growth spiral, and we're on the draw, but we need. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about that. So I think we're gonna mull this as soon as we get the option. But our opponent is deliberating in a similar fashion. And this actually is better. I wish we had something for Uro there, but what you can do? All right, Spectral Sailor can go. Merfolk Secret Keeper is the bee's knees. So, all right, we're gonna do this. Although, yep, all the land we needed was right there. So that actually was I didn't have any way of knowing it, although I suspected that was going to mess with the shuffler's rhythm. So maybe that was a horrible, horrible mistake, but we'll see. Yep, so far not looking good. But we got the Ominous Seas, so that's something. Getting that down early is nice. Yeah, so now we need green and red. So yeah, that Triumph would have been great. Hey, Breeding Pool, that'll work though, because that allows us to throw Uro, and we'll dig a little deeper, assuming they don't counter it, or we'll pull a counter. Either way. All right, cool. So we got a growth spiral effect. Ooh, Breeding Pool, don't mind if I do. Quality ramp. All right, so we still definitely need that red, but we'll be all right. Yeah, we need the red for the song creation. If nothing else, though, we'll be able to throw another Uro and dig a little deeper. Nightveil Predator, interesting. Huh. Yeah, that Brazen Barber doesn't do squat in this case. All right, so we're throwing another Uro. Now we got another Merfolk Secret Keeper, so that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and put another one of those in the chamber, and let's go watch as we mill away another red source. Yep, I think that was another Triumph that we got rid of in there. Neat. All right. It's all good. Woosah. It's all good. Thought Erasure, eh? It'll be interesting. They let the Brazen Barber go. Okay. What? Guys, you have just witnessed something that I've always wanted to see. I've wanted so long for somebody to Thought Erasure my hand and go, crap, I can't beat this, and quit. This is making my day. You don't understand. I'm so happy right now. I've wanted to see this for as long as I've been playing the game. You just witnessed a momentous occasion. And with that, we are up to 2-2. Awesome. All right, cool. So this is going to be the last game of the day. So this is going to be 5 straight runs. If we win this, we will have a winning record with the Sea in Storm. And I got to say, I really dig this deck. It's just fun. Like, is it good? I don't know. Like, not really, but is it fun? You better believe it's fun. And that's really what this game ought to be about. So I'm a firm believer that Magic needs to be fun. If Magic isn't fun, what are you doing? It's a game. Let's have fun playing a game. We're going up against a Lutri deck. Yes! I'm actually going to go ahead and give the nice right out of the gate. Like, I just respect for an opponent playing Lutri. That makes me super duper happy. Ooh, Song Creation right off the top. That hurts. Yeah, that hurts. Although we do need a green source, and we weren't going to get there. So that might be for the best. We'll see. All right. Man, those seas are ominous. They're just so ominous. Gotta have the ominous seas, man. Just need it. So good. So good. All right, opponent. What you got? I know you only got one of them. All right. Cool, cool. I'm going to go ahead and shock that in so I can get... Oh, the Spectral Sailor has flash. I don't know why I did that. Ah, well, it's fine. Well, because I wanted to, apparently. I wanted to have it online already. Whew, Krenko, eh? Yeah, you're bounceable. You're super bounceable, my dude. All right. We're going to venture yet deeper. Wow. There's a bunch of nonsense going on down there. Okay, cool. Popper 1, and we're going to get a nice tempo play by being able to bounce Krenko again. Yep, nope. Nope. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here, Krenko. Nobody likes you. All right. Just kidding. Actually, Krenko's freaking great. Krenko's a little too good, and that's part of the reason that I just had to do that just now. All right, so I'm going to throw the Merfolk Secret Keepers down, really at this point, just to add devotion so my Thassa's Oracle can do a quality dig for me. Yeah, next turn I might actually Might have to throw that, depending on what we draw into. We'll see. So the thing that I find really fun about my opponents playing a Lutri the Spell Chaser deck is that Lutri requires you to have only one ofs in your deck, and so my opponent is playing a singleton deck, so I know it can't be that great, no matter what it is. Sorry for peeking there, guys. All right, Uro time. Good thing I milled a bunch. Yeah, let's absolutely play that. That sounds great. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Thassa's Oracle here, so that we can scoop up a Song Creation. That sounds great. That sounds really, really great. And I'm gonna poke you. Excellent. So I'm not going to be able to play Song of Creation and follow it up with a spell, unfortunately, because I burnt both of my Secret Keepers out of the out of that zone. Oof. Man, Kranko got mean. What happened? All right, I'll let all those through for now. Yeah, he's gonna get bigger later, so I'm gonna go ahead and block him later. All right. Song of Creation is online. So this turn is just batting down the hatches. And next turn stuff's gonna get real. I could have I could have smacked Royal Scions for one, so that's not nothing. But yeah, that Kranko is a huge problem. Yeah, and that's a great use for Scions. Oof, duh. Well, that's gonna go ahead and absorb, and I'm getting hit for 7, 8. Ugh, I don't like that. I did not like that one bit. So I guess I'm gonna throw the Spectral Sailor. Can I not block Kranko? Yeah. All right. It's not fun, but well, actually, you know what? No. Well, no. Thousands Oracle can definitely block one of those. Spectral Sailor is going to block another one of those. And then my one of my Secret Keepers can block Kranko, because they're not doing any damage to him anyway. So I might as well eat away some of those opponents, or some of the tokens while I can. Ooh, that was an amazing top deck for us. All right, so let's see how hard can we storm this turn. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Yes! Yes! Got him! All right, so this has been the Sea and Storm. Oh man. So we went 3 and 5. I'm sorry, no. Best of 5. We went 3 and 2. I gotta say, the Merfolk Secret Keeper came in clutch. That is just rock solid, surprisingly good in this build. Song Creation, Thought Oracle. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Like this, yeah, this deck is so much fun. I would highly recommend checking it out. You can check out this deck list over on Aether Hub. The link for that is going to be in the description below, along with all of my socials. I am on Twitch, twitch.tv/hamhawks42. You can also catch me on Twitter at Hawks42. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. This has been an absolute delight, and I will most assuredly catch you next time.